And then we come over here to Chris Talbot, one of my favorite guys in the industry, has an incredible booth here. Really, really nicely done. He is a long-time show exhibitor, and you can see that his craft has really come together. I know he's put a lot of work into making this booth as bright, as informative, as welcoming to the public, and also as easy to set up and pack up at the start and end of a weekend. And you see his range of products here. Polyfilter I've talked about before, saying that in my opinion, every single reefer should have a pack of that in their fish cupboard, just when they're not sure what their tank's doing. If they're worried about any sort of contaminants, put that polyfilter in there. It'll turn a color and tell you instantly. Plus, it will also remove those contaminants. So incredible bit of gear. Marine Pure, another fantastic product that's just a staple in the industry. They have all sorts of different sizes here on show for you to check out, from their little gems, they call them here. I would have gone with nuggets, but gems. Then they've got the balls there that people are fairly familiar with. Then you go down into the plates and blocks and things like that down there. But lots of Marine Pure there. We've got the Royal Nature Salt, which I have covered on this channel before. Really nice solar evaporated salt over from the Red Sea, I believe. Very, very nice salt indeed, but I have covered that before. Rolling over to the New Life Spectrum Foods. Now, I did touch on some of the samples I brought home from the show, and a little spoiler alert, this is one of them. Their probiotics brand in particular is something I have not tried before, so really curious to see how that goes. You can see they've got just a huge range of foods, and Chris was there to talk you through them all. The man's incredibly knowledgeable about his whole range of products that he brings into this country, and you see him chatting with some customers there, so I won't interrupt him at all. We'll keep on rolling, although I will just quickly show you this beautiful Hamali sump that was commissioned, custom made to showcase the range of products from Aqua Premium. And you've got all their heaters in there, little power filters. You've got Polyfilter, you've got Marine Pure. Really good way to show just particularly those Aqua L heaters. Also, you can see the color there. Chris does like to put a little contaminant in the water just to show the color of Marine Pure. I think that one's got iron in there from memory, but very, very nicely done. Now I'll quickly show you the samples I picked up from the show. All right, who doesn't love picking up a little sample at a show? I know I certainly did, and I picked up 3 cool things here. I'll give you a whirlwind tour of them because I must admit I haven't used any of them yet, so I don't know a lot about them. First up here is Easy Life Vogel. I think that's how you pronounce it. As you can see by the catchphrase there, avoid antibiotics. This is basically, if I got the sales pitch correct, a super advanced multivitamin for your fish. It's completely coral safe, completely invert safe. Basically, I'm gonna look to use something like this and I add new fish to my system, and it just creates that little temporary stress reaction from a change in the pecking order. This will hopefully help boost their immune systems and just get them through that without breaking out into a huge white spot debacle or anything like that. Next up, I picked up some probiotics from New Life Spectrum. Now, I have tried New Life Spectrum before. It's incredible food. This is their new one that has, ignore what the label says, even though it says 3 million plus live cultures in there, an independent analysis actually came back at closer to 8 million live cultures in there. And the whole idea of that's not just to give you fish better health and better colors, but it's a fish food that also cleans up after itself. It actually has bacteria in the food that if it doesn't get eaten, when it breaks down, the bacteria cleans itself up much, much better than just any other food that's just sitting, rotting away on your sand bed or on your rock work. So I'm super curious to see how that goes. I know the New Life Spectrum food's always top notch, so see how my fish go for that. And then last but not least is a product that I believe has been around for a very, very long time, this Easy Life. It's basically a liquid supplement that just gets your tank ready, from what I understand. I've heard guys and I've seen people at trade shows setting up tanks with this to get not an instant cycle, but just to help get the water ready to go. It's not going to replace time on a cycle, but it will help detoxify a lot of things in there. And I'm not going to tell you any more about it because I don't know that much more about it, but I know a few people that have been in the industry for a very long time and they absolutely swear by this. So I finally picked up a little sample size here to try out, and I'm keen to see how it goes.